Come away, Melinda. Come in and close the door. It's nothing, just a picture book they had before the war.
National can't be here tonight. She's got diarrhea. Brilliant. Tell it. This is Paul Hawksby and Andy Jacobs with you through until 4 here on talkSPORT. Where this afternoon, just to add to that list, Mac, I didn't quite go through the whole list of those fixtures, of course, in Europa League. Airdrie will play Bashkashalam. Colwyn Bay play CKS Flobits. And Shamrock Rovers, of course, got that tough one against Old Boys Zabanga. Just basically foreign-sounding words of teams we've never heard of.
It's brilliant
at this stage.
Coming up over the next 3 hours, we'll have the latest on Benteke and Stones. Comedian Kieran Hodgson tells us about his Lance Armstrong-themed show, and we'll discover why the Natural History Museum aren't interested in stuffing Two-Tone the carp.
That's right. We'll also take your calls, emails, texts and tweets, including Ask for Your Autograph, Shouting Their Catchphrase, and Mundane.
There's all this plus the clips of the week, Martin Kellner's Week of Sport on TV, and of course we'll have regular updates from Lords, the Open, and the Tour.
And the Davis Cup.
The Davis Cup,
yeah, just added to the mix, of course, the Davis Cup.
Yeah, it's all happening.
Lunch at Lords at the moment. Friend of the show, Melinda Farrell from Cricket Info will be joining us. Aussie cricket writer here, of course, for the duration. She'll be giving us her thoughts on the morning's play and more. And we're off to Merseyside, Liverpool and Everton fans, to find a little bit more about those transfer stories of the day. Christian Benteke, Dominic King from the Mail is in the Liverpool camp on tour out in Brisbane. And, of course, this John Stones deal, very interesting. I know Andy was coveting him during the Under-21 Championship. A very good player, but 20 million quid, probably not enough to prize him away. 8 minutes past 1. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Andy.
Yeah, he could be a 25 million. But, you know,
I don't think...
I'd buy him
that's
next
not
summer.
A great sign, is it, for Liverpool? Especially if they've got McCarthy, people chasing McCarthy, and they said hands off. It wouldn't be great for Everton for Stones to go now. I think he should stay and play a bit more football.
I do too, actually. I think it'd be better to buy him next year, really. But, you know, and same with Barkley as well. So, definitely. Shame about Kurt Angle not coming in.
Yeah,
Disappointed that, yeah. I tried
he was going to get you in a headlock as well.
He was as well, but I've tried to get NFL's Corey Glenn to come back and do another piece. Yeah. But unfortunately, I'd booked him for Murray Meats.
Okay.
So I thought
that would be Colin's. He's a fine interviewer, but that would be his toughest gig. That would be throwing down the gauntlet to Colin, wouldn't it? Really.
I did love this story.
You needed to be listening yesterday for that to make any sense. But anyway, don't worry about it.
Well, I think a lot of people would have been.
Do you think we have a returning audience?
Oh, I think so.
Should we stamp their loyalty card? I don't know. I think they'll probably listen.
People only ever listen to this show once.
Well, they listen once and they
again.
think, what the hell was that? They tell their friends. They say, no, it can't be as bad as you say. So we'll tune in and find out. We're a very transient audience.
This story intrigued me. A surgeon who clears clogged arteries and veins in his day job. He's a heart surgeon. Oh, yeah. He's opening a burger restaurant. He's opening a burger bar. And
poacher turned gamekeeper. The other way, yeah.
It's like Ron Harris becoming an orthopaedic surgeon.
It's really.
It's mad.
What a nice idea.
Yes, I think so, really. Put the patients in row Z.
Yeah, Michael Clark always calls tails and decided not to yesterday. Yeah, thanks, Michael.
Yeah, well done.
Always.
That, yeah.
What, mate? That was that last minute change of heart. That's when you think you always call tails, and it's in the air. You think, yeah, just for a change, go on.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate, isn't it? Really? Yeah.
He would have kicked himself otherwise, wouldn't he? But it worked out for him.
England apparently reported to be very disappointed with Adil Rashid's absence. He was due to play. They were worried about Moeen Ali, and he said, "Well, unfortunately, he's got a finger injury." But they're sort of like not convinced that he was that heroic that he should have played, and that sort of idea.
The not Bert Troutman award.
Well,
for the
I think
week,
so.
Yeah, that's what
I think he just spoke to the groundsman.
I think he did.
I'm not playing here.
Yeah, blimey, it's not at all.
I don't know if he's offered a refund to all the people who went yesterday.
It was going to come out and mixed wages. Going to cost him.
Should do, really.
To be fair, well, I don't know. All you can imagine is that
it's terrible.
Well, no, all you can imagine is that he has been asked by the ECB to produce a pitch like this.
Well, apparently, the weather's being blamed. He's saying,
they'd hope to get it a bit greener, but they'd not had a chance. I mean, if you think back to Lords in 2005, we had 17 wickets on the first day.
Absolutely,
17 wickets.
Excuse me,
that's all right.
Thank you.
That's probably a couple of wickets too many, but man, wasn't it exciting?
And also the Test match against New Zealand was exciting. This is just, all England have got to do. There's rain about on Sunday, so all England have got to do is bat. And I'm going tomorrow. They've got to bat reasonably well. Yeah. They make 250 for 4, that sort of thing.
Paul Hawksby, Andy Jacobs here on talkSPORT. We're going to head back to Lords now and chat to someone rapidly becoming a bit of a friend of the show.
Oh, yes.
Since she wore one.
It's the best thing that ever happened to her.
Against
from this show's
the
point of view.
Kiwis were practising and we had a chat. We keep getting her back on. It's Melinda Farrell from Cricinfo. Good afternoon, Melinda.
Good afternoon. I'm so happy to know that my pain causes you joy.
Yeah, well,
Exactly.
well, we knew you had that leather jacket on. It didn't hurt. Just a slight bruise. It's gone down. But you might. So your thoughts on this morning? I mean, a couple of wickets for England, much needed. But how have you seen it?
Well, do you know what? It's kind of been a little bit hard to concentrate at times, and I think it's really unfortunate that at a time when, you know, there's been this reinvigoration of the game in England, and it's after the New Zealand series was so exciting and the one-day series, that we've basically been watching cricket on a very flat road that's not a really good advertisement for Test cricket at all. And really interestingly, on a day after yesterday when we saw two batsmen make a hell of a lot of runs for Australia, former Australian captain Ricky Ponting, the thing he wanted to talk to me about was how terrible he thought this pitch is. And he was on the MCC World Cricket Committee that came out this week, and they said they want to find out why people are turning away from Test cricket.
Yeah.
And I asked Ricky, is this a reason? And he said, well, very well, there were a lot of people in the bars yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. I saw a lot of people outside. Can you ask John Norman to stop playing his bongos?
Yeah.
It's really quite annoying.
I've got this mental image of a succession of former England and Australian captains limbo dancing.
Wiggle as well. He
Oh,
has
really?
got the move.
He's
Oh,
doing the
definitely,
dance.
we know that. We see that every day.
So we're going in that little, we're saying sort of Voges and beyond 6 and 7, there were some weaknesses there, a bit of inexperience. So we'll find out what these guys are about, you would imagine, sometime this afternoon.
Yeah, if you're coming in at 420 for 3,
There's not as much pressure. Not as much
not quite
pressure.
the same.
Neville can just have
I was a bit
hit
surprised
out.
to hear Steve Smith, I don't know what you thought, have a go at Cook. I thought that was pretty unnecessary. I thought, we'll wait and see.
And
what-
Bayliss.
Yeah,
And
Bayliss,
Bayliss.
Somebody
yeah.
gets on well with it.
And when as he left the as he left the press conference, because people were like, "Blimey," he said he's basically starting to show a little bit.
Well, enjoy the afternoon. Listen out for that cry of heads, as always.
Heads.
Oh, heads, of course.
Heads.
The Kiwis.
Kiwis.
Heads, that's why you didn't understand what you said.
That's it. I didn't.
Who's hiding? What
Yeah,
are you talking?
exactly.
It's like when Kiwis, you say cheers, and they say, well, yeah, you can have mine if you like. I don't mind standing up. What are you talking about? Cheers, Melinda. Take care.
Thanks for having me, guys.
That's
Melinda
good.
Farrell there from ESPN Cricinfo with her old mate John Norman. John's back when we get underway in around 15 minutes' time for the afternoon session. Paul Hawksby, Andy Jacobs here on talkSPORT. We've got...
Come away, Melinda. Come in and close the door. It's nothing, just a picture book they had before the war.
Can't be here tonight. She's got diarrhea.
Brilliant. Tell it like it is.